Today we start with the project planning board. Project planning. Okay. Project planning board is a graphical interface where you can able to see your hierarchical graphic of your WBS network activity. Okay. The network structure graphics, dates and forecasting dates and planning dates. Okay. Cost reports. You can able to view the cost reports across the particular through the project planning board. Okay, so project planning board which facility gives you to edit WBS element activity. You can maintain the relationship between the each and every activity like finish start, start finish. You can able to create the milestone across the particular project planning board. Then you can be schedule your resources like work, material, production resource tool, documents. Then you can able to do the cost planning, resource leveling, the earn value analysis. Then this can be facilities provided to the project planning board. So to run the project planning board, you have to maintain the planning board profile, which is the part of the configuration. Okay, this is the planning board profile which is maintained here. SAP PS underscore TP0001. This is a standard planning profile which is provided by the SAP, or you can configure your own profile as per your requirement, where you can maintain the work unit. Okay, by default system will store this work unit. Then the normal duration unit, whether it is a hours, time. Okay, then the group name is always PS. Okay, then the time profile, you can manage your time profile, unit time axis profile, that can be maintained in the configuration part. So this value you can be stored, and which can be by default it comes under the project planning board. These are some relative settings which need to be done in a FICO module. Okay. To run the cost planning, that is the controlling area which is maintained in the FICO. Chart of accounts, it is linked with the FICO module. Fiscal year, for which fiscal year you want to do the planning. For that the fiscal year variant need to be maintained in the system. Again it is maintained in the FICO module. Company code assignment, the controlling area is linked with the company code. The currency of the company code, your currency which pick up in the planning need to be maintained in the controlling area currency, whether it is INR, Euro, USD, you have to maintain. And activate the component and the control indicators. So you need to be activate the component for the PS configuration. Okay, and the cost center standard hierarchy. These all setting maintained in the FICO module, which need to be later on useful for the planning in the project system module. Then you need to maintain a planning profile in the project system module. Okay, whether it is a planning will be the overall values or annual values, which WBS element to be planned. Okay, so you need to be take the operative indicator. As per my earlier slide I have maintained there are 3 operative indicators: planning element, billing element and account assignment element. So for those WBS element you need to plan, you need to indicate that this WBS is need to be a planning element. Then there are the different kinds of cost element group, because each and every cost will be flow in the project system module based on the cost element. So again the cost element groups needs to be defined in the FICO module. Okay, whether it is a primary cost element or a secondary cost element or a revenue cost element or a statistical cost element. Okay, this kind of cost element you need to be maintained in the FICO module, and it is linked to the planning profile. So there are 3 cost planning methods which is available in the standard SAP system, that is activity and network costing, easy cost planning and cost element planning. These are the major or on the brief level cost planning which is available in the SAP project system module. So either you can do the cost planning on a WBS level or the network activity level. So for a WBS level cost planning, it is a manual cost planning, cost element based planning, or a unit cost planning. And the network and activity level, it is called as a automatic cost planning in a network. So according to the requirement of your industries or as per the business scenario, you have to map that particular cost planning for that particular industry. So this is the work breakdown structure, okay, which will be divided into the according to your business processes or the phase wise, and you have to maintain the operative indicator planning element, so you can able to do the cost planning on that particular WBS level. So detailed planning by cost element is one of the method where you can able to capture your cost planning. That is whether it is called as a rough cut cost planning, okay, and later on you can be detailed the planning by the cost element. So planning is nothing but the initial at which where you can be do your plan cost, okay, and you can be later on once the actual will get start, you can be compare plan versus actual. So you can maintain the planning in a different versions, okay, and after that you can be compare the versions, plan versions across the actual versions. So for that prerequisite things, you need to maintain the planning profile and the layout. Then the cost element need to be defined in the system through the FICO module. Maintaining the groups and primary cost activity inputs and statistical key figure need to be maintained through the FICO module. And for unit costing, you have to cost controlling through costing variant, valuation variant, and the costing type. So what is costing variant? Costing variant which decide whether your material price, whether your service price, which is pick up from which particular area, okay, because material master contains lots of price like moving average price, standard price, planned price. So from which price the system will pick up the price during the costing, that can be decided into the costing variation and the valuation variation. Again, this costing variation, valuation variant, and costing type defined in the FICO module.